Well, that was pretty exhilarating. Let's talk about it. Y'all on the Terror Dome.
Turn it up, Jado.
And what's up, everybody? What's up? How it is? How it be? How it is? What it is? What it do? What it gonna do, baby? Terror Dome here at 12:32 on the East Coast. 12:32. Everybody was saying that Terror Dome, you started a little too early. You start too early for us on the West Coast, and Terror Dome, tries to oblige everyone. I just pushed it back about 2 hours and 32 minutes to get a little bit more people to come on in and say hey to Terror Dome, wherever you are. I don't see anybody in the chat. I got one showing right now. They ain't showing on my comments over here. Just go on and comment. I'm gonna put the comments on stage when I get some. Hey, I never did that before. That looks real nice. That looks real cool. That is cool. Got a cover in dad's face though, but it's all good. The big thing last night, man, I gotta tell you. I was watching it with my wife, the Knicks and the Spurs. We watched the first half. We had a fine meal, and she goes to bed really, really early because she has to be up really, really early. So me and her are just kicking it, and we're gonna watch a fun-filled NBA Finals in New York, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna have all the bells and whistles. It's New York. President Trump won't dare this time. It's game 4. Gonna be a good game, right? Gonna have a good time. Everything's gonna be cool. And it got daggone near horrible. It got horrible at first, real quick. The San Antonio Spurs were just not missing, ladies and gentlemen. Everything was just going in. It was. I think they missed 2 threes in the first half. No, it might have been 4 threes at the first half, and I'm just going straight off of memory here, but everything was just falling at one time, man. They just couldn't miss. All the threes were dropping, and at half, I remember it being 76 to 49, 76 to 49, and New York just looked flat. I was happy for New York because the Wu-Tang Clan was going to be singing at halftime. You see all the run up, and it's so many New York fans, and I have a bit of a kinship to New York, especially the Knicks, and it goes all the way back to the Sugar Hill Gang. 1979. And I think the line from Big Bang Hank, it might have been Big Bad Hank or Casanova. Casanova wrote the Rapper's Delight, but it said, I take a dip in the pool after school. That's really off the wall. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. And when they said that, I was like, well, that's what that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to watch the Knicks play basketball. I was 9 years old. Y'all work with me. But what hits me about the Knicks is they've been waiting for this championship for 53 years. And the last time they won it, I was 3 years old, couldn't remember. But it was so long ago that the great Phil Jackson was playing for the New York Knicks when they won that last one with Clyde Frazier and all the legends and stuff. If you know basketball, you know about Clyde, Earl of Pearl Monroe, Dave the Busher. They just had ballers, man. They had ballers back then. And it's just been this drought. And how it hits me as a 49er fan, been about 31 years since we have had that championship. So I feel a bit of their plight. You know what I'm saying? I know of the heartaches and the letdowns, and yeah, it's finally coming to fruition. So I'm just sentimentally pulling for the New York Knicks. Anyway, it was looking bad last night. It was looking real bad last night. As I mentioned, 76-49 at half. And I got it pulled up here. Yeah, my numbers add up 41-35. Yeah, 76-45 at 49 at half. So halftime was right about 10 o'clock. And I jumps on with my friends David McNiner's show on Wednesday night. Y'all check my boy out on Wednesday night, man. It is the what did they call it? The Lockdown Corey Davis Wednesday night get together, friends, and we just go for it all, man. Wonderful cats up in there, Kenny and everybody, and Brian Culp was on there, and we get into it like nobody's business about. We should have got Aaron Rodgers and with the things we should have did and we didn't, and how Brock isn't really all that. He's just Jimmy G. So I have to really try to set everybody straight, because Brian Culp is not by himself. It's a lot of people that just think Brock Purdy is just a throwaway, he's just like Jimmy G, and it's not. It's although they both reached the same pinnacle of being in a Super Bowl, and they both lost a Super Bowl, and they are both Caucasian. It is a definite difference between Brock Purdy and James Garoppolo. Shout out to David McNiner. He used to say that in the chat. Crazy Juice is in there. Send him a kiss. I'm gonna shout out in a minute, man. But we just going in and we running plays, and we ran the last offensive player of the Super Bowl when we were there last. And I'm trying to show this. I'm on the telestrator. Again, shout out to David McNiner, man, giving me platform and stuff like that. And it's a real good debate. Halfway through, my computer resets. Y'all know how it tells you, hey, your computer going to reset in 3 minutes. Or your computer gonna reset in 2 minutes, and you just click it off. I'm doing something. I know you're not gonna do that now, or I'll remember. I'll get back to that. And then the daggone thing just resets, man, and it do what it do. Computers got a mind of their own. They just AI out here. And so I have to wait and scramble around. I'm trying to put it on my phone and everything, man. I'm not watching the game. I stopped watching San Antonio, New York. I just figured it's going to be 2-2. They got to go back out to San Antonio. That's going to be Saturday night. And, hey, it's over. And as the chat is about to end, somebody says, yeah, New York won. and I hit the Scooby-Doo. And I got to go back and look at these highlights. How did this happen? How did it happen, ladies and gentlemen? We don't know how it happened, because that ain't just supposed to happen, But it ended on a very climactic putback by OG Anunoby. And I've been watching him during this series and a little bit in the playoffs. He is what's called a catalyst. He's just been that guy making things go for a little bit, man. He's not the star. The star is obviously Brunson for the New York Knicks, but this guy OG, and I just remember his name because it's OG Original Gangster. OG Original Gangster. That sounds like a Ice-T. And Anunoby, But every time I look, he's just putting stuff back. He's just doing stuff. So all I can see is everybody in New York stunned, the Garden going crazy, Stephen A. Smith, who I know some of you don't like. He was at a loss for words. He's trying to compose himself and put it together a little bit. But this is one of the most beautiful putbacks in NBA history here. Let me add it to the stage. I opened it up with it. It was a real smooth open. If y'all want to go back a little bit and watch me open it up, I think I hit that thing probably right. I can't wait to see the recording, but check it out. This is off of Twitter. Let me get it right. That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope, man. That was with 1.2 left to go ahead by 1 point. The final score was 107-106 Spurs, and it was just something to behold. We gotta run it down like this. High scores were Wembanyama had 24, Brunson had 36. Wembanyama led in rebounds with 13, while Karl Anthony Towns had 10. Karl Anthony Towns was in foul trouble early, y'all. He was out the box, or he picked up 2 quick ones, and he probably could have picked up a third. It just ain't looked like it was gonna be their night. Fox had 7 assists along with Brunson as well. And I was gonna do a show Tuesday to talk about how the Knicks lost. And the main thing I saw in their first loss since April was the fact that Brunson was just turning that thing over too much. He was. He's a great player, but they just had too many turnovers. And the big stat that I came away with that loss was the points off of turnovers. And this correlates for the football purists out there. I ain't forgot about you. We're gonna talk now. I'm going somewhere with it. Points off turnovers are more than points. And what I mean by that, and I'll explain it by that, that's just a very telling sign when you get points off of turnovers, particularly in football, but basketball, any game. When you get points off of the turnover, it nullifies the points that you were going to have, right, as a possession, and gives them points. So you're missing a possession, you're missing your points, and then you've given them. That's what people call it might be a 7-point swing or a 10-point swing or a 14-point swing. Just one of the worst things you can do, particularly late in the game in football, is turn that thing over deep in your territory. Lord, when you deep in your territory and you turn that ball over and it go for a pick 6, like down at the goal line, that is a 14-point swing, and somehow those points are going to haunt you. I don't care how you shape it up. I don't care how you chop it up. Those points will kill you when you get points off a turnover, particularly if you had a possession and you were down there and you were almost guaranteed at least a field goal. You know what I'm saying? You take that off the board and give them points. Oh, it's one of the worst and most telling things. And, for your analyzation pleasure for the rest of your life, know that points off of turnovers really kill teams a great deal, particularly when they were down there with almost guaranteed points. But yeah, That happened. So New York is now up 3-1, going back to San Antonio. And people generally don't come back from 3-1. We saw LeBron do it a few years ago versus the KD-less and suspended Draymond Green full Golden State Warriors. I know y'all don't want to remember that, my Golden State folks in here, but yeah, that happened at one time. But it's rarely will you ever come back from 3-1. It's like the odds defy you. You down 3-1. It's all over but the shouting. It is. But stranger things have happened. It has happened before. But anyway, looking at it, they were just hot from three early in the game. The San Antonio Spurs were. They just weren't missing. I think it was 4 misses to about 13 makes. And 13 threes in a half was like some type of finals record, if not even more so. But that comeback, as the great Rick James said, when you shooting and you hot, you can go coldless ice long ago, baby. That's that from that Fire Desire. Yeah, hand clapping praise right there. Yeah, Terry don't hit it a little bit. But you can go cold. You can go cold. And the worst thing you want to do is continuously try to shoot threes early and give the other team more opportunities to cut into leads. That lead at halftime was just the tip of the iceberg. It actually got to 29 points. They had them down 29 points. They trailed as many as 29. Largest comeback in NBA Finals history. They got second 20-plus point comeback in NBA Finals history. The first was the 2008 Boston Celtics. We ain't gonna say who they were playing. Yeah, that hurt a little bit. Okay, I ain't gonna bring that. They was playing the Lakers on that one, the Kobe Lakers, but we got them back next year in 2009 and 2010. Thusly, the banner on the wall directly behind me. To my left, your right, thusly creating the squared away effect. It was the largest halftime comeback in playoff history as well. All right, Papa J, you ain't had to spill the beans. Yeah, it was the Lakers. Yeah, they got us. Second finals in NBA history with multiple games decided by single points since 1975. I was 5 in, and I remember. No, I won't into it too much then. I was in kindergarten, Miss McLaughlin's class. But it was a epic comeback, man. Shout out to the New York Knicks. It was just a great win. A lot of just it was just bedlam in New York as it happened. You should have seen them. I think I got a little bit of it here in my bookmark here. Did I get some of the reaction? I don't think I did. They just was going crazy. They was going berserk. And it was something real big. It was something real big. And more to that, because it kind of correlated to how the conversation went when we were talking about losing Super Bowls, giving up big leads in Super Bowls, what you should do as an end game and what you shouldn't do, and what we have seen Kyle do a lot of times. More on that in a minute. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I got a strong 8 up in here. I got to shout my chat out because y'all just making it happen for me right now. You making sure I'm not by myself. So without further ado, let me just get into it. Showing up first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, 49ers Red Zone. Shouting you out this morning. Good morning, T. Good morning to you, 49ers Red Zone. We got J. P. No, I was like J. G. P. Jr. 6497. What's going on? What up? Terror Dome. He rocking. Is that New Orleans Saints? New Orleans. Shout out to New Orleans and all that down there. Make it that good gumbo. He said that game Wednesday night was epic. It truly was. Speaking of epic, Miss Cinnamon Kiss out here. Where's my noise maker? Cinnamon Kiss, get some air horn. That my girl. That my girl. Yeah, you know, she my people. She my people. Crazy Juice. Crazy Juice. F the NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL. The World Cup is starting. And that's all that matters for me right now. Hey, Crazy Juice. It's all good, baby. A lot of man. It is the world's biggest game, and I'm going to give it its due respect. I'm going to be trying to check it out. I'm not a soccer guy by trade, but, you know, everybody the world over likes soccer. It's the number one game. They call it football. We call it football, but they call it football. Football. It is, you got to put a little French on it, football. My main man, ladies and gentlemen, David McNiner, shouting you out today. Big Dave, man, had a good time on the show. Appreciate you always extending the offer to the kid. And, you know, we just come up, we chop it up, man. I have a good time with you guys on Wednesday night when I can get there. Wednesday night, and I think Saturday nights we do a little something too. David McNine is a bad cat, man. He's out there in Utah with the Flying Elvis's Utah chapter. Y'all remember that, leaving Las Vegas? Okay, maybe you don't. Crazy Juice is rooting for Mexico. Okay, Steve-O Supreme in his building, ladies and gentlemen. If Rodgers was so good, he would have sat 3 years, easy to say, after we see his whole career. Some of the argument that if you want to go back, check out David's show last night. These are some of the things that were brought up as well. You know, my man Brian Culp, man, who I love dearly, he thinks I don't like him anymore or something, or we got like a little rift or something going on. But you my dude, man. You just, you know, you like the kickers. You like Jake Moody and Aaron Rodgers, and I just try to show you that, hey, it ain't quite like you think, but it's all good. And speaking of all good, ladies and gentlemen, Papa J is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Papa J, that's my main man, 50 grand in the whole nine. Papa J always be there, man. He looking like a cool pirate. He got little things going on with his eye, but I tell you what, man, don't nobody make it cooler than Papa J. 49ers Red Zone, and I'm scrolling, Papa J, Crazy Juice. I'm not missing anybody. I'm standing on the beat. Tommy Huxley is in the building. He's all about, I think that's the New York Knicks. He says fairies. Oh, he's seeing fairies. He's seeing fairies, ladies and gentlemen. Fairies. Tommy Huxley. He played guitar, ladies and gentlemen. He don't like the bass as much as he should, but the bass is the foundation, Tommy. But it's always good to see you. You gotta have a good guitar player. 49ers throwback in the building. He's saying hey to Tommy. Hey, that's good, man. Y'all go in there, greet yourself. See yourselves. In church, we say, greet somebody you know and meet somebody you don't know. Just gather on up amongst yourselves, and we'll be here right back after this commercial break. And I'm fading. There we go. All right. Okay. We hardcore every day. What shall we get to now? Recent stuff has come up, and my second topic du jour was we have a wide receiver named B.A. And he has been voicing his displeasure lately. Hey, Miss Violet, good to see you this morning. The lovely Miss Violet. BA been out there just on IG acting a fool. And hey, I guess we got to talk about it. I I thought it was just a done deal. We'd probably cut him or release him June 1st to avoid salary cap issues and to save a little bit more money. But since June 1st, he been a little hot under the collar. And this was the latest and greatest from him.
We dealing with, like them kids when they don't get picked for the basketball game at the court, but they the ones that brought the ball. So they like, all right, y'all don't want to pick me. I'm taking my ball. I'm going home. Ass boys, little ass boys. Or like when your kid, he got this one toy, but he don't really know how to use it correctly. So somebody else about to pick it up and play with it. And they're like, oh yeah, this shit litty. And they're like, wait, hold on, that's my toy. Ass boy, little ass boy. Man, stop running from the belt. The belt coming. You scared. They scared. The truth is they scared. They know how I get. They gonna say, oh yeah, BA did this, BA did that. BA did, that shit allegedly. But what they not gonna say is BA suck at football because they know how I get. And they running from that belt that's on the way. It's inevitable. It's coming. Stop running. Stop being a female dog.
Stop being a female dog.
Stop being a little cat.
Being a little cat.
Stop running from the belt.
Okay. Little unpack here. I caught the insults. And 98% of the people you will see don't know exactly of the insult, the veiled insult he was. I speak hood. It is one of my languages that I have not mastered, but I know a little bit about. A little French, I go, j'ai désiré un café crème, s'il vous plaît. Ich ein Berliner. And Doria Regato is Japanese. I speak a little hood language too. It hasn't always been a polished time for Terradome. But what a lot of people might have missed is when he said, most people got it. When you call somebody a female dog, you're calling them a bitch. You're calling them a Beatrice. Okay. And then here's the one that they're leaving out. When he's saying cat, a long time ago, they used to have a word before cat. Starts with a P, ends with a Y. So he's going in kind of hard. These are some of the good ones if you really want to start a fight, if you really are visceral and you really getting ready to get into it with somebody. Who's he directing it to? Thinking the San Francisco 49er front office organization and heads of executive decisions. I'm believing. BA has not done himself any favors. I reported a couple of weeks ago, I think, that he has a warrant out for the Santa Clara Police Department, Santa Clara County, I believe. And it all kind of stems from him getting on Instagram and posting him driving roughly 104 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone. Not good. Not good. Not what you want to do. It's kind of like getting on Instagram and saying I did it. It's copping to a plea there, or copping to something on your jacket. That means another something on what we call the rap sheet. I don't know what's going on with BA. I really don't. I had some what I feel is inside information because I follow a couple other podcasts, and TJ Hushmanzada is on Speakeasy over there with Acho and Shady Grady McCoy. And Hushmanzada said, who had been his mentor and who they train up a little bit. He talks to him and he know him a little bit. He said he doesn't stop talking to him. So that's not a good sign. And just a lot's happened with his injury, and then going back and voiding the guaranteed money that he was supposed to get. He gave that back, and now it's this, it's that. They're going tit for tat. I heard Jed York say, BA is still on our books, or BA is still on our roster. What's to say he might not be there? He said that at the owners' meeting. I think that was February. That might have been February or March, right around the time of the NFL Combine. John Lynch said he's not going to play again for us, but that's all in for y'all to work out. The great Mike Tomlin, former coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, had a saying: "We want volunteers and not hostages," right? And he was saying that a large part from his experience with another wide receiver who had initials. They weren't BA, but they were AB. Nobody knows issues like Mike Tomlin, who deserved an Oscar or Emmy or something for dealing with a number of years with AB. But here we go messing with BA. And if the man wants to leave, he's given good faith and giving back his money, or decline to go to arbitration with the collective bargaining of the NFLPA. He foregone that. He just said, "Hey, now just take this money back, and we'll be done." Everybody needs to just go to neutral corners. This is obviously, personal. This is obviously visceral. This is obviously over. Let the man go and do whatever he wants to do. That's how I'm seeing it. If we're being petulant and petty as an organization and just trying to stick it to the kid, we're wrong. If BA just giving up on himself a little bit and just we moved heaven and earth to get the man the money. I remember 2 seasons ago, he staged what's called it's not a lockout, it's a lock in, I guess it was, or a sit in, with him not going the way of a hold in, I should say, a hold in, not a sit in. That's for the civil rights movement. But it was a hold in. He would just show up to practice and until he got his contract. And lo and behold, just before the deadline, just before we start the season, they ponied up and got him his money, a very lucrative deal. But he wasn't playing that well with that deal, and he came up with the wrong shorts on. I don't think he cares about money like you and I would care about money. Trying to stay good and professional here, but for $30 million, if it was just a hard negotiation and you might have felt some kind of way, $30 million makes it all okay for me. We gonna be all right. And I liken this to the fact that, the average American, I think I looked up for somebody, the average American makes about $50,000 a year. You get ready to make 30 million, not thousand, 30 million. They go to work, deal with bosses, deal with the headaches, deal with the hustle and the bustle, the travel, the traffic and everything else. But you can't get yourself together for the 30 million. Realize you got hurt the 8th game of the season versus the Kansas City Chiefs on an Ohio route. It's Ohio. I think it's the deep over with the clearing. And it's a catastrophic injury. It's called the unhappy triad, tearing his ACL, MCL, and his meniscus. Very taxing. It takes a year for that. It takes a year. B.A. was supposed to hit certain watermarks or hit certain waypoints on his rehab coming into the facility to make sure it's good and copacetic, but kind of refused. To my knowledge, he stopped like halfway through or something. He stopped coming in. He's sectioning himself and distancing himself from the team, his agent, the people I think who can, rein him in a little bit, or he can have as a soundboard and think serious stuff. You got to have a support system of people that care about you, people that are, smart, people that are savvy with whatever you're dealing with. And, you got to talk to them and communicate with them and have an open mind. A lot of times this happens this way with professional athletes and entertainers and people who have a lot of money. They can't necessarily talk to parents, friends, family members, and close people around them because they're the check. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's making money off of you. So they're not going to tell you anything you don't want to hear because that might mess their check up. So what do they become? Just yes people. Whatever you decide. I think I'm going to wear some cowboy boots and a football helmet today, and with a Speedo and a grass skirt. I think that fashion would be pretty dope. Yeah, that's the way to go. They ain't gonna tell you anything, but it's best to have people you respect, who you can trust around you. And I don't think B.A. has that around him. There's another take on it too. Maybe he's suffering from early effects of some mental issues. Could be like CTE, for example, a lot of concussions. I don't know what it is, but we don't need more drama and distractions trying to go into a year where you're just trying to win a Super Bowl. That's my take. And you don't want to send a message to the other 53 players. I think it's 91 now before we start having cut days, but you understand what I mean. The rest of the locker room, the rest of the organization, the rest of the team, that this is how we deal. This is how it would happen with us. It just sends a bad message. And then it reverberates through the league, because it just becomes this black eye, pardon the pun, but it becomes this stain on the organization. Is that how they doing their people over there? Or is that what they accept? Or is that what they allow? Or for the younger players who haven't gotten paid, they start getting ideas in their head that maybe this is how you get paid. Just make a spectacle and give it drama. And hey, you too can I see that black eye or black guy. I said a black eye or the organization. But those are my thoughts. That's what my thoughts. I'm gonna open it up a little bit, man. We can talk a little bit on the stream yard if y'all care to partake. I'm opening it up here on Thursday. I am off today. It is hot out there. Let me get current temperature down here in North Kakalaki. Current temperature, Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's 92, but it feels 100. No, it feels 99. It feels 99. It's not that dry heat down here, y'all. It's that humid heat. It's 54% humid, 0% precipitation. It just doesn't bode well. I'm not going out there. And I need to cut the grass, but I ain't cutting that grass. Not until late in the evening. And I will move on from that. I mean, just your thoughts. You can drop it in the chat, man. What should we do with BA? Do y'all want them cut? Do you want them staying? What do you think? What do you think it should be? And Tommy Huxley said, I hate the South. I'd rather die than live there in the summer. Well, the two things aren't mutually exclusive. It feels like you're going to die sometimes, but I get your point. It'll be all right around 7, 8 o'clock. It'll wind on down on you. Good morning, Terra. Miss Tanisha is in that building, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Miss Tanisha, good to see you. And the Golden Domers. She's shouting out the Golden Domers, man. Yeah, there y'all go. I got a hit from the Bay to Sonoma, all across the country, be a Golden Domer. Hey, man. Yeah, we just talking about little BA here, Miss Tanisha. It is what it is. Then we complaining about the heat. It's 96 in the shade. It's real hot in the shade. Yeah, 96. I prefer cooler weather. I really prefer I like it around 65. That'd be the high, 65. And there's something you got to put a little jacket on at night. I'm much more comfortable putting a jacket on than I am trying to strip down and find a pool. That's how it is. Florida boys. I was in Florida at the end of May. The weather was hot, but not so bad as I thought. Yeah, if you get a little wind down in Florida, and it might rain at the drop of a dime too. So Florida is pretty cool. Coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, is Ellison Burley. What's up, man?
What's good with you? What's going on?
Working on my new stuff here. StreamYard done changed things around in this thing. They gave me some features, but they all,
all over the place.
Working my way around a little. They a little new. They good features, but
Yeah. How you feeling?
I'm all right, man. Wonderful game. Last night that I missed, but I missed half of it, and it was a very important half.
Yeah, you missed a lot.
Yeah, I did.
For sure.
Did. Yeah. And I'm keeping one eye out. We got the Carolina Hurricanes down here.
Yeah.
They're doing pretty good on the Stanley Cup tip. It's 2-2. They would against Vegas.
Yep.
And if you just turn on the news locally, Raleigh's only about an hour and 10 minutes away. So, Carolina is everywhere. Carolina, the Panthers. I mean, the Hurricanes. So, it makes you. I don't understand it sometimes, and I can't see that puck. My eyes that got bad, but I know we winning.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I can't understand. My daughter plays soccer. London plays soccer, man. So I'm starting to understand that a little bit more as she continues to play. Year by year. But hockey, I have no idea what's going on. I can't see the puck. I don't know what's happening. I don't know the positions. I don't know anything. So
I know a
Yeah.
defenseman. I know I know
I
that
know a goalie.
goalie.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, don't take my answer.
Yeah.
I get that goalie on there. We good.
Yeah. Yeah. But I wanted to pop on, man. I saw you talking about BA.
Yeah.
And a lot of rumors out this side of the country is, he wants to be in DC, and I mean, I don't know about all that. All that stuff will take care of itself. One thing that bothers me about this whole thing is I don't like when players get screwed. And from the outside looking at, for me, just in my opinion, it just seems like the guys, you're taking away his money. There's a warrant out for his arrest. John Lynch already came out and said, he's not going to be a part of the organization going forward. He says he doesn't want to be there. It's like these multitude of things are happening. And nevertheless, as of 1:18 Eastern Standard Time, he's still a part of your organization. Why? It makes no sense to me. Anybody else in any other position, no matter who it is, what position they play, you probably let them go by now. So what's the holdup? And I heard what's the guy Lombardi that reports
Yeah.
for the I heard him say, well, it's a cap reason as to why they're holding him to a certain point in time in August, and I'm just like, what is the discrepancy between letting him go now and letting him go a month and a half from now? Like, is it that much of a savings the way you got to hold his rights until week one? Like a lot of this seems like spite to me. Like
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. And the only reason I give that opinion is because I had Papa Shanahan in DC. And Papa Shanahan was a little spiteful at times with certain players. So I think that may rub off on Son in certain instances. So that's why I say that. It's not negative towards San Francisco or 49ers or any other player, but in this position with this situation, it seems like it's a little spiteful. That's just me.
Well, Ellison, that topic came up on David McDonough's show last night. We
Right.
threw that around, and
Okay.
it came that way because we got in an argument. I don't want to say an argument, a debate, structured debate about Brock Purdy. And is it the Shanahan system? And Shanahan can make any quarterback great. We don't really need Brock because you can put anybody back there. We should have this guy and that guy and all this stuff. Shanahan is responsible for a lot of stuff around here. He's the one that brought in Lynch.
Right.
And even though Lynch, by position as the GM, he's supposed to be picking personnel and
Right.
getting contracts done and stuff like that. Traditionally, it's Shanahan pulling the trigger on a lot of
Yeah,
this
for
stuff.
sure. Yeah. Cal has the final yes or no say when it comes to roster and personnel.
There it is.
Yeah. If the coach is hiring a GM, then the coach has power. Like it's the same thing in New York with the Giants. It's like, Harbaugh has the power or the roster and player personnel. Joe Shane is the GM. Yeah, by title he's the GM, but he really doesn't have any power. So
Yeah, you got as much power as I give you, basically.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. This is what I want you to do. Go and do it. And y'all crunch the numbers. This is what I want. And it works good for some people, but I've seen that thing go willy-nilly backwards. It's not an indictment on the coach himself, but it's a lot to handle from a managerial standpoint, from a director standpoint. And you don't want your hands necessarily in all the pots because something else, you lack something else here. You're gonna be good with something else there. It's like trying to put your finger in the cracks in the dam,
Right.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. But you speak from experience. I talk a lot to guys from DC with the Redskins Commanders and Atlanta. He was the OC in Atlanta. A lot of y'all are saying, hey man, I know Kyle get you these wins. Kyle's getting you to the playoffs. Kyle's doing this. But there's some undercarriage here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's stubborn. And And that's not necessarily a bad thing, man. But you could just tell when some people are stubborn. Mike Shanahan was stubborn, very I'm not gonna say a dictator, but he wants things his way. If you can't abide by that program, you gotta get out. There was no rhyme or reason to it. There was no circumstance to it. It was like, hey, you can't abide by it, hey, be gone. Case in point, Albert Hainsworth, Donovan McNabb, Fred Smoot. Like I can name them. I can name a few guys, man. It just wasn't just one guy. So, it just seems like it's out of spite. And I see 49er red zone. All he has to do is show up to work. Okay, so let me ask you this. So you mean to tell me all he has to do is just walk to the facility, open the door, and go to talk to John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, and they go ultimately right there on the spot release him? Like I think he still has to take a physical. He still has to go through that process, and by contract wise, he's still under contract technically. So he still has to take a physical. He probably is not going to fail the physical. I'm sorry. He's been out of the league for a year and a half. I think he's pretty healthy. I think. I don't think he's still injured. It's been a while since he had that surgery, and he's been running routes and stuff like that. So I think he's pretty healthy. So you do an examination on him, you do a physical. Let's say he passes the physical by contract. He's still under contract. So when he meeting and run through the physical, let's say, hey, he's healthy. Might as well keep him. Might as well keep him here. He's healthy. If he doesn't want to play, put him on the reserve injured list, and he still have his rights. Technically, you still have his right. He's still on a contract, so you can hold him for another year if you really want to out of spite. But you've already came out and said, hey, he's not going to be a part of the organization going forward. I don't know, man. It's tough, um, but it just seems like this is going a little bit too long. It's time to end this thing.
Yeah, it's too much drama, and I don't like the drama. We need to get some good players in here and do some things
Just
on the
move on, man.
on the Commanders front. Are
Yeah.
y'all? I want to take your temperature on what's being said about BA, as
Yes.
well as do y'all have a couple of free agents y'all looking at maybe to bring in before the start of mandatory OTAs?
Well, out here, like I see the sentiments in the comments. The same thing is pretty much being said out here too in DC land. They're saying the same thing. Hey, I don't want nothing to do with him. He quit on the team. He stopped showing up for this and stopped showing up for that. And but then you'll have a person here or there like myself, and we'll ask the question as to why did he stop showing up? Like it has to be a reason. Did he just lose his mind? Hey, maybe so. I don't know. He could be Antonio Brown all over again. I don't know. No one knows. But if I know the Shanahan's, it's a reason as to why he stopped showing up. I'm sorry. It is. I guarantee you it is. I think somebody or something rubbed him the wrong way as to why he stopped showing up for anything. So that's just me. I think it's a reason, but it's a lot of sentiment. As fans wise, they don't want him. They don't want the distraction and all that kind of stuff. But the personnel, Adam Peters and no one from the organization has said anything because if they did, you know what that would be? Tampering.
Yeah, it's
So they're
supposed
not
to.
going to
Yeah,
say anything.
they
So
even have a legal
right,
tampering period.
right. So you won't hear anything from the organization on this because that would be considered tampering. So, but a lot of the sentiment is, a lot of the sentiment that's going on with the 49ers. Hey, he quit. He stopped doing this. Stopped doing that. Hey, if he, would you pay him if he stopped showing up to work? It's like, well, it's a few specs out there like me saying, hey, as to why. It has to be a reason. I think it's a reason. So, but as far as free agents, that Stephon Diggs has been mentioned as another potential add down the line, but I think they like who they have in house. I don't see anything happening on our end as far as signings or anything like that. They're going into camp with the unit that they have, the 90-man roster that they have now, and see what happens going into the preseason. So I don't see anything happening right now.
What's your confidence level on how y'all are going to finish in the division?
My confidence level.
Yeah, or where do you think you're going to finish? First, second, third, fourth?
I don't know. What I do know is that I think we can win double-digit games. I think a lot of people are sleeping on our roster. That's just me. Obviously, just like a lot of people that are 49ers fans, I'm gonna be a homer. But in this position, I look at our roster compared to where we were last year and the year before when we went to the NFC Championship. I think we're a lot better. But you still got to do it on the field. but there's no reason in my mind why I don't think we can win 10, 11 games. That's just me. But will it happen? I don't know. But I feel confident in what we have. I got a solid quarterback, I think. Good coaching staff,
Very good quarterback.
good young coaching staff on the horizon. So I don't see I don't see why we can't. Now the division is tough. NFC East is always gonna be tough. Philly, Dallas, hey, it's not gonna be easy. The Giants gonna be more improved too with and better coaching with Jim Harbaugh. I mean John Harbaugh. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be tough. Not gonna be easy. Just like on the NFC West, nothing's gonna be
Hey,
given. You got to take what you take and go from there. So we'll see what happens.
around here, boy, you got to ball your fists up.
Yeah. Hey, instead of
roll your sleeves. It's
of
gonna
worrying
be a slobber knocker.
Hey, instead of worrying about Brandon AIYUK, worry about Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald. That's what they need to be worried about right now.
Hey, what you think about that, man? I'm hearing he might come back, Aaron Donald.
Let me answer this, Tommy. I can't pronounce the last name. Is it Huxley, whatever?
Tom Huxley.
Yeah, if he doesn't show up, he gets fined $50,000 a day. True, he'll show up. I'm not saying that he won't, but as we know in the NFL, if he does show up day one of training camp, they can put him on any sort of list that they want to hide him or to keep his rights or to prevent him from going elsewhere. If you don't think the NFL and NFL teams are smart and tactical and strategic in what they do, just ask Brian Flores, and I'll leave it there.
Man.
So come on, man. We got to put the thinking caps on. Man.
I think with this, and what he's alluding to, ladies and gentlemen, is Brian Flores is having a grievance with against. Well, it's against the Miami Dolphins. But
and a couple other teams too.
It's a couple other teams that because when you're dealing with one, you're probably dealing with others as well because it all kind of falls into play. And it has been ruled at the Supreme Court, the big one, that you can proceed with this grievance. And now you get into what's called discovery. And in discovery, some things are going to come out. Emails come out. That's showing your poker hand. That's showing what you got. That's laying down your cards. It letting defense know that this is what we got, and it's letting prosecution know what we got. And the NFL usually doesn't want their cards spread out because it's a lot of warts in them cards. It's a lot of emails and a lot of correspondence. And some things are going to be said, and you'll find out that all these 32 NFL teams, these billionaires, aren't the lovely family men you thought they were.
For sure.
Anything could come out there. Right. And as Ellison speaks from being a Washington Commander, this is why Snyder lost his job and why Gruden has filed a grievance as well. So, hey, you got to watch yourself with that grievance. They might want to settle out.
Yeah. But as far as the Rams, you asked about Aaron Donald. I'm sorry.
Aaron Donald.
Do I think he'll come back?
It's been 2 years, right? 2, 3.
If you ask me today, I'll say no. But do I think he's really strongly considering it, given the extension to Matthew Stafford and the additions on defense with Myles Garrett, obviously? I think he's probably considering it. But do I ultimately think he wants to come back and kind of hurt that resume? Probably not. But it's possible. It's possible.
And speaking of possibility Papa J in the building.
What's going on? What's going on?
Possibility Papa J. Let me give him some air horn love here, man. Check on my man Papa J out here, ladies and gentlemen. Papa J in the building. What's going on, Papa J?
Man, I feel the love. Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
What's good, man? How you doing?
Good, Ellison. Hey, Ellison, I agree with you about Sam. Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
He would love to come back, but I don't think he will.
I don't think it will either.
It's too late for him. You know, people like Phillip Rivers could come back because they don't depend so much on their athleticism as somebody would as a defensive end. You know, that's a two different kinds of positions there that are physically demanding. So I think being out of the game for so long, he can't pick it up like a quarterback could. You know, that'll be really, really hard on his body. And would he want to risk the injuries, lifetime injury, from being away for so long? I highly doubt it. Just to get a ring, I highly doubt it.
Yeah,
he needs to stay away.
Anything's possible. I won't say no. It wouldn't shock me either if it's maybe early November and they give him a call, he decides to come play it in. So that won't shock me either. But do I think he will? I don't at this point right now today.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Absolutely.
See.
And about B.A. there, Tommy was right. He gets a $50,000 fine. And I think it's like $67,000 for each preseason game, which David Lombardi was saying that it would total up to more than $1 million if he doesn't show up.
Right.
And I think it's just one way that the Niners are going to try and stick it to him. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
You're going to come and throw some shade at us, saying that we're dumb and stupid for hiring you and giving you $50 million. Well, we're going to hit you where it hurts a little bit there.
Right.
And we're going to take that $1 million. We're going to sue you for it, you know?
Right.
David Lombardi. Go ahead.
When he does, I didn't mean to cut you off, my fault.
No.
But when he does show up to day one of training camp, please explain to me how is this going to go? What's going to transpire? Give me minute by minute. How's it? He gets out the car, walks to the building, and what happens after that?
Walks right out.
Walks right out. Okay.
Yeah.
Walks in. No, he's going to be dragged out by the police. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I'm trying to understand. But everybody keeps saying, "Hey, all you got to do is show up." Show up. How is this going to happen when he shows up? Everybody just acts like this is going to happen so amicably, and everybody's going to give each other hugs and dap up. Like, no, this is not going to be a good scene here, man. When he shows up.
Show up, take a lap, get back in your car, and leave.
Yeah, and watch your speed as you leave, please.
That part.
But I don't think he's gonna make it into the building. I seriously believe that the police are gonna be right there waiting for him. Probably. He does have a warrant, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lose-lose situation for him because he's gonna be in jail and then not be able to come back to the field anyways. So he's gonna get.
It's a misdemeanor.
Oh, it's a misdemeanor, right? Yeah. He'll come right back out.
Yeah, you can post bond. You'll be out.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
That's right.
I don't think he'll do any jail time. I don't think he'll get 20 years off this. So I think he'll be okay.
Nah, he gonna get.
I mean, it hurts the reputation, and it definitely does. But
it's basically it's reckless driving is what it is. It's reckless. Anything 20 over the speed limit is reckless driving, and you know, you just with the right lawyer, you can plead that thing. That now this is just Terradome giving y'all what I've seen in the penal code, but you get a good lawyer and he'll say improper equipment. Usually, usually. So the speeding tickets don't hit your insurance on the points. Points drag down your insurance. So you get improper equipment. Well, that's not a moving violation. The man's speedometer was wrong on his 2026 Bugatti.
right.
Hey, shit happens.
Them lawyers, man. Them lawyers get it in, man.
Yes,
them lawyers,
yes,
and then they charge you $100 to go in there and just say that.
Fee. The retainer fee. Yeah. So let me ask you this, Papa J, as a 49er lifer, man. Do you think it's possible that something happened between John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, and Brandon Ayuk to make him go this direction that he's gone? Or do you just think that he just lost his mind and just gone crazy?
A little bit of both. I think that he's highly, highly sensitive. I don't think, some people can take social criticism very well. as an athlete, you got to have that thick skin when you go into the league, because people are going to criticize you. People are going to put you down. I think where the 49ers fault was is that right after the season, they should have signed that contract. They should have given him money, and they would have hired him for a lot less money if they would have done it a lot earlier. But I think he got his feelings hurt because they were playing the business game, the football business, by not contacting him, not letting him know, kind of make him sweat a little bit for that money,
Right.
because you're not going to get what you think you're going to get. And then when he got that upper hand, then he was like, you know what? They made me sweat through the whole off season.
Right.
To prove my point. And he's hearing people like Grant and people in his clique saying that he's not worth it. People are saying, hey, let get him out of here. Those kinds of things do affect humans. You know, we're all human. We all have feelings. And when you read those things on social media about yourself, it really does take a mental toll if you're not prepared for it, if you don't have that thick skin. You know, that's why a lot of people, players, they stay away from social media, because they don't want to hear, because it does mentally does affect you. And I think he was so involved in social media, reading all this stuff, that really got to him. And the Niners ain't speaking to you, but when you finally get that upper hand, you think to yourself, I'm going to show everybody that I am that man. And I am going to hold out even a little bit longer to teach everybody a little something, because of the things that I went through. And so when they gave him the offer saying, you know what? Yes, we're going to give you what you wanted. Please come back to us. Shanahan runs up the stairs and saves the moment, you know, and then he still holds out. And he even admitted to everybody that, yeah, I was being a little biatch about that. You know, I did went a little further than I should have. It's because those are the reactions of a person that was really, really hurt. And then he gets injured and he's no longer the man. People are looking at JJ and people are looking at Ricky Pearsall, and he's no longer the relevant to the 49ers in his eyes. I think that really, truly affected him again. And that's why he went through all this stuff. And then the 49ers just messed up by not really taking care of him right away in that mental aspect and reassuring him. But again, you know, if you're going to be in the league and if you're going to be an athlete, you got to understand that all this stuff comes along with it.
For sure.
Thick skin.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had a, Terry McLaurin, our wide receiver, he did a little semi-hold in last year too. So I had to go through the contract negotiation process, and that wasn't pretty either. And he got into camp a little late, man, and some stuff wasn't handled well, but he ended up showing up and they worked things out and he signed a new deal. But yeah, as you mentioned, these things can get a little personal, man. And, you know, I don't like it. It's business, it's dirty business, kind of shady business, but it's business nonetheless. And I just think outside looking in, I'm all the way out here in Virginia, man. I don't know what's going on day to day out there, but it just seems like he doesn't want to be there. You don't want him. Just let him go, man. Just let him go. You know, with Trent Williams, we have a similar player. Trent Williams, when he was in D.C. with us, man, he had an issue where they misdiagnosis by the team physician. And after that happened, he wanted out. And I'm 45 years old. I'll be 46 next month. And one thing I know about pro sports and pro athletes, man, when they tell you they want out, forget their wage, forget how long they want to be.
Let them out.
Let them go, save yourself the headache. And he ended up getting traded out there to San Francisco, and the story's been written. But to me, they can easily part with the guy, let him go today at this moment if they really want to. Why are you still holding on to this guy when you even said out of your mouth he's not going to be no longer part of the organization? Nobody is trading for him. No one. If you would have got a trade partner by now, no one's trading for him. So what are you holding out for? It makes no sense to me, but I guess this is business.
Yeah, I agree 100%. There's no reason. You got to let it go. You got to make your organization look much better.
Right.
They feel like if they do let this go, that this might come back on them, saying that they're a soft organization, and it's one of those things that they maybe believe that if he does it, other players are going to start doing that too, and they're
but
just
there's
making
no
him an
but
example.
there's no
I'm not saying
repetition.
that's the reason. I'm just saying
No,
maybe.
I get you because I see the comments, and that's kind of being brought up to what you just said. They don't want to set a precedent, but there's no precedent that there's nothing in the history of Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch that shows you that's even a consideration. I think this might be a one-time thing, but I get it. I understand what you're saying.
I
get it now.
definitely sense that Kyle and John have looked at the receiver market for all of the NFL and
Hey,
how
can I say this real quick?
overinflated it is. Go ahead.
I got to say this real quick. Interrupt real quick. I'll let you go back. 49ers Red Zones just said did his agent dump him? I can't remember his agent's name, but do you know who his agent also represents?
John
GM
B.A.?
John Lynch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, John Lynch.
Yeah. That's a little conflict of interest there.
Yeah, they.
Go ahead, you can say my bad. I just had to say that.
No. But you did, that's a good point. You're dealing from the bottom of the deck here.
Right.
A little bit.
We got to bring up
I ain't know
all of the
that.
history now. Oh yeah. Yeah, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just had to say
Oh,
that.
well, I was gonna say that Lynch and just the way they're making moves. We went out and drafted another receiver. I think we drafted two. I think we got another one a little later on. But our big one was Stribling. And we're just looking at how much you signed Mike Evans for, which was basically a steal at 14 mil. The receiver market is oversaturated and way inflated. To get a quality receiver, a true one, it's going to cost the team close to $40 million a year. And they looked at that, it's not going to make you any better because you just had the example of Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is the best receiver in the game. He's great. He's wonderful. And it's just looking at it just from a pure standpoint of analytical math here. Why am I going to pay these receivers this huge sum of money, chomping at the bit on most of my salary cap, when that's not the guaranteed thing? You can get a good receiver for $14 million and get some other ones for lesser than that, and you'll be okay. We can't go out and get and make it CeeDee Lamb and the Lamettes or Justin Jefferson and the Jefferson Gazettes. We gotta spend our money a little bit more
Practically.
Practical, judiciously. Get this thing right. And
for sure.
And that we'll be looking at too. So it's easier to bring in younger guys under rookie contracts. I think we might pay Stribling whatever the second round money is for a receiver. I'm sure $4 million, maybe $2 million. That's cool. Versus B.A. coming out here with the wrong shorts on, speeding $40 million, and then he hurt.
So and your guy, what's his name? Who's the reporter, man? That you said y'all
Grant.
He's been on at least 2 stations out here. You see the past couple of days. Every time I hear that name, I hear you in my ear, like, man, don't listen to this guy.
Oh,
but it's just a tricky situation, man. It's a black eye for both sides. I don't think one is more uglier than the other, but I think they can remedy it right now if they wanted to. They're just not choosing not to for whatever reason. So
yeah, I'm hoping they get that all squared away so we can just get base
football, man.
Football. I'm looking at new structures. I'm hearing he's gonna my new defense coordinator, Raheem Morris, he's gonna go to this 5-man front. So I've been looking at and studying up on 5-man fronts and who's using it, the trend, going back on some old Atlanta games and looking at how they use the 5-man front. Will it fit our personnel? Do we have the guys to do it? And with that said, let me segue into this. There's rumors we're going to go after Mr. Highsmith up in Pittsburgh.
Linebacker?
Yes. I hear he doesn't like it up in Pittsburgh. We need pass rush bad as pig needs slop. We were last in the league. We couldn't get the quarterback on the ground. If you broke both of his knees, he just wouldn't go on the ground. I would love to bring Mr. Highsmith in here versus a lot of the other names I'm hearing, like Bosa, what's that guy? Thibodeau up there in New York. Or yeah.
Nah.
And his price point is really, really good. For $14 million a year, that's what he's making in Pittsburgh. To bring him in, whatever we got to trade, I really, Terradome Productions recommends and is standing on bring Highsmith in here. And he's a Charlotte kid. He went to the University of Charlotte down here in North Carolina. And guess what their nickname is?
49ers.
The Charlotte 49ers. This is a no-brainer to me.
Highsmith, he's a good player. I like him. Now, I think Pittsburgh is in a little bit of a conundrum, man, because I think at this point in time, Highsmith is the better player between him and T.J. Watt. But because T.J.
Whoa, go back. You said you think he better than TJ?
I think right now at this moment, the TJ Watt that we've seen over the past year and a half is not the TJ Watt that we saw 3-4 years ago. So at this moment, playing that position, I think Highsmith is better. But Pittsburgh is in a conundrum because TJ Watt is one of the premier players and probably will go in their the Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Fame and all that type of stuff. So they don't want to pay him, but they don't want to lose him either. So, and they can't pay him and Highsmith both at the same sort of number. So that's why I said they're in a little bit of a conundrum there. So he's a good player, man. He's a good player.
Is solid.
I'm not saying
I
he's
looked
better
at
than
his
TJ
stats.
Watt. Yeah. Go ahead.
He gonna give you double-digit sacks.
Yeah.
For $14 million, dude.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Wait, hold on. Let me go to my. This is a little something I had a while ago. Where that? Here you go.
Right now, baby.
Yeah. that is the Terradome pull the trigger right there. a little Shalimar.
Now, but before people say I'm crazy and think that he's better than TJ Watt resume wise, no. But at this very moment over the past year or so, yeah, he's a better player than TJ Watt. TJ Watt's not the same guy that he was.
I do. And for the price point, it's like we know TJ Watt is a S-Class Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
But this kid is a fully loaded Honda Accord.
Right.
And your car payment ain't gonna be but $300 a month versus that S-Class $875 a month.
Right.
And they're gonna do the same thing. They take you to work, to church, and out with your lady. It look good. I promise you. It's good. It's better and more economical for you to use the fully loaded Honda Accord. Now he an Acura.
Yeah.
Acura TL. Yeah.
I like him though. If y'all can do that,
I
pull
do
that
too.
off. I think that's a good move for y'all for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely Shalimar make that move.
He's a good player. Question for both of y'all.
Holla.
Who's the quarterback in Cleveland week 1?
Oh, nice. Spicy. Week 1 is Deshaun.
I think so.
Yeah.
Deshaun.
They're already paying him the money.
About 250 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Reasons.
They're not going to pay that for him to be back up to Shador.
Yeah. You got to go ahead and put the $250 million guy out there.
Yeah.
So, Terradome, are you saying that by the end of the year is going to be Shador?
You could very well see Shador in there by if it doesn't pan if and he just done gone through so much. I was the biggest Deshaun Watson guy, man, for years. I watched him down here at Clemson. All the games come on down here. I love the kid's story, man. His mom had a mouth cancer. She had to have her tongue removed.
Yeah.
He took care of her. He
moved
came
her
up
in when
in
he was in
a
college.
HUD home by
Yeah.
the great back Warwick Dunn down here, man. He was everything in Georgia. And I wanted the 49ers to get him coming out of college, man. He had went to Alabama and hung 40 up on Nick Saban 2 times in a row. But I'm going to tell you, man, when those personal demons come at you and mess you up. I was listening to somebody last night, I think it was Speakeasy, and they were saying, remember the kicker in Baltimore, Justin Tucker?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
He couldn't miss for a while.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden he just went sour.
Mm.
He knew that those charges
Allegations.
was coming
Yep.
up.
Yep.
Mm.
And mentally, when something get in you, man, and you a professional athlete, a high performance cat, whatever you doing, when you know you got some stuff out there, dude, it started taking a toll on you. It started messing with a little bit here and there, and everybody, it was well publicized what went on with him. It's embarrassment and a joke. You know, fans gonna be cruel. And if anything happened with those young ladies or whatever, that's remotely horrible. I'm not victim shaming or anything in Terradome Productions sides with the victims if something does happen. So don't pull nothing up on me. But as a quarterback, as a player, as a young man, obviously he's dealing with the mental gravity of what has gone on. And if he can work that out, man, and become that Deshaun that was down in Houston, boy, watch out.
I don't think we're getting that Deshaun again. I don't think so. But we'll see. But I agree. I think it will be Deshaun week 1, 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to let him in there at least try.
Look at Mac Jones. He didn't start out so well either. It took Kyle Shanahan to straighten him out to become a better player. So change of scenery might do him good. You know, might bring that out in him. You never know.
Yeah. Never know. Yeah.
Speaking of Mac, would you trade Mac and a first round pick for Highsmith?
How about Ronaldo Green in 2 seconds?
You're not willing to part with Mac, huh? Because look,
No,
Pittsburgh really needs somebody to back up Aaron Rodgers. He's up in age, and they need somebody that can take over for him and be there for a long term. And Mac has shown that he can be that guy.
Oh, Mac is definitely that guy. That's why I don't want him to go to Pittsburgh, because he the piece of the puzzle they missing, and it's taken away from my piece of the puzzle in case something go down, man. That was a stroke of genius. I dog them when they mess up, but I gotta say when they do right, bringing Mac Jones here last year,
when they do right.
5 wins came in real handy.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Well, but look at Highsmith. He's ranked 13th among 150 qualified edge defenders, and he's 4th in the league in established in run defense, and 14th in pass rushing. You wouldn't want to give that Mac up for something like that could actually make your defense a lot better, help out your corners. And defense wins championships. Backup quarterbacks can win you games, but
I think that's a little bit too much for him. I think you don't have to give up that much. I think you probably could give up a second and maybe a 5th, and you might be able to get that done. I don't think it's anything drastic like Mac Jones in the first. Not for Heisman.
How about Jair Brown in the 3rd?
They'll probably hang up the phone on you.
You'd have to give him 3 first in a Jair.
Probably. He'll probably hang up the phone. But he's a good ball player, man. No, all jokes aside, he's a good ball player.
He is. He's worth it. I'm trying to make that move, but I ain't trying to let go of Mac, man. I like Mac. I like Mac. Contrary to what everybody might think, you can be pro Birdie and pro Mac. Birdie Mac. Birdie Mac. It's the Birdie Mac show.
Right.
The Birdie Mac show. Yeah.
Would you've done it for Myles Garrett?
Oh, Myles Garrett, yeah. Myles got to go.
Yeah.
You got Mac gone. Mac gone.
Sorry, Mac. That's as far as you go. Shit, we'll throw in Brock Purdy on that too.
Yeah, we'll go up there and get Gardner Minshew to come up in this thing.
Hey, Papa J, when you saw that happen a couple of weeks ago, now, what were your first thoughts?
I was mad. Mad. I couldn't believe the Niners didn't throw more stuff out there and try to sneak Myles Garrett over here instead of going to the Rams. I would have given up my left arm and definitely 2 of my ex-wives for him, you know.
Yeah, man, don't let the rant, not the rant. Man, they got some people that's gonna pop in this chat. I'm surprised they've been in the chat, man.
It's not football season.
No, they looking for me. What's his name?
Yet,
what's the dude name? Jim Everett. What's the other one? Money Boy
Rudy.
or Rudy? Yeah, Rudy and Danny, man. Boy, they lucky he ain't come to me. I would have been in there. I would have found him.
I was mad, and then after a while, I calmed down because you know, out of the 3 games that Myles has played against us, he's only had 2 sacks. Lots of pressures, but there's nothing that we can't handle. I have an answer for that too. I say put an extra lineman out there with Cruz Jr. Wherever he lines up, Cruz Jr. follows him. Help out Trent on that side and help out McKivitz on the other side whenever he's lined up. Double team him. Yeah, he won't be a problem. Just throw an extra lineman out there.
It'll have to be a 2 tight end set. When Kittle gets back, he gonna have to help too. That dude's a monster, man. Yeah, that dude's
that's what I'm saying. Cruz Jr. He could be that blocking tight end. He's got the hands too, but he's a heck of a blocker. He can move so fast. That kid is good.
That's what everybody's saying. I'm hearing good things about him, man. And you know, I sure wish we would get another tight end that can do some playmaking as well as blocking. They act like this is just the hardest thing in the world to get a good, solid tight end, and I can't understand why.
They don't make them like they used to. I guess not.
we got Kittle. What? In how long Kittle been here? What, 6 years?
7
years. We can't find another Kittle light. We can't find that. That's hasn't been in the draft. It's
hard to come by, man. Players like that might be hard to come by. Might be hard to come. When is he coming back? By the way, is he gonna be ready for the start of the year?
He say he is. Ellison, that's an Achilles. I don't want you out there early, man. Don't try to do some miracle comeback. LL Cool J, don't call it a comeback. Don't do that. Just heal up and come back, because that first game, we played the Rams and we've got to fly 19 hours or whatever it is to the other side of the moon and play and then come all the way back. That air pressure in a cabin. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Let's just wait till we play the Raiders and unveil you, or the Dolphins. I think we got after that week after. If you're ready, because an Achilles usually takes 9 months.
10 months. Yeah. When did he tear it?
He tore it in the playoffs, dude, against Philly.
In January, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's January, almost February.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, man. That's tough.
Yeah, that's like getting pregnant. When
man.
did you conceive? You move that thing back. They got that little chart. If y'all ever had kids before, they got a little chart. And,
Oh yeah.
and fathers, I suggest you use this too.
Yep.
When is the due date? And you move that okay, yeah, that was me.
I was out of the country that time.
Oh, hey, military dads got to look at that thing, man.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Hold on, I was in Afghanistan in May. You having this baby here?
You're gonna have some more problems here, rather yeah, for sure.
Unless that's the second coming of Jesus, we got problems.
Yeah.
That being pregnant analogy is like asking a woman to start pushing at 7 months. Is that what you're saying?
There it is.
It's only been 7 months. What do you mean?
Right. Yeah.
It better be a premium.
Yeah. But it should be an interesting year. It should be an interesting year. It really should. Who are your teams that'll come back this year that made the playoffs last year that come back a little bit? Come back 3-4 games to just being mediocre, not making the playoffs.
Oh,
Who's not going to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Who's coming back? Teams that made the playoffs that won't make this year.
I think Seattle will regress a bit because they lost coordinators and their running back, a good running back. They had Charbonnet, but Kenneth Cutback Walker's going to Kansas City.
Right.
So, as far as offensive output, I think they're gonna have a little bit of a struggle there.
Right.
And they hired our tight end coach, who, to my knowledge, Papa J, unless you could correct me, I don't think he's ever called a play.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, and if you've been under Kyle Shanahan, you ain't called no play.
Yeah.
Right.
You're holding the clipboard. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. They bringing you in as a camp arm to find out how this offense works.
Right.
And you're just a plant. but they made him the OC. I'm like, okay. I don't know how you got that job, but
yeah.
Meanwhile, Byron Leftwich
still out there on the street, right?
For me, it's the Patriots.
I
don't think the Patriots are gonna go as far as they did. They got lucky even being there with Bo Nix getting hurt. They shouldn't have been in the Super Bowl. So for me, it'll be the Patriots.
I can see that.
Yeah. Who did they play that in the AFC Championship game? Who did Denver roll out? Because Knicks was out.
Oh man.
I thought it was the Pats.
Was it Jared Stidham?
Oh.
Stidham? It was Stidham. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Stidham, right?
Yeah. And daggone well, boy. I got another one. Hold on, let me show y'all this. He said, "Hey, we gonna roll out Stidham instead of Bo Nix."
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
That's gonna be my new drop, man.
Hey, man.
This ain't gonna work.
So let's flip it the other way. What teams do you think are going to make it further into the playoffs?
Further or just make the playoffs?
Either way.
I don't know why, man. I just had this feeling for the past couple months, man. I think New Orleans is winning the South.
He been on New Orleans, yeah.
I don't know why, man. I just had this feeling they're gonna win the South this year, and they're gonna be solid. I'm not saying they're gonna win in a divisional round and go to the NFC Championship. I'm not saying all that, but I do think they win the division and make the playoffs.
I got the Colts. I think the Colts, if they get the quarterback right, they was on a tear for a little while. We caught them just when Danny Dimes had messed his ankle up. I think he broke his ankle or something.
He tore his ACL too.
Oh, ACL guy? Okay.
And was it ACL or Achilles? It might have been Achilles. I can't remember. It was one of them.
Yeah, I got to check it. But some teams, man, they just ran into they got snake bitten by injury, and they were just missing a piece, and they had to bring in Phillip Rivers, and Philip was 175 years old, like on Coming to America. Hey, just between me and you, how are you, man? Philip Rivers 175 years old.
No, it was Achilles. It was Achilles. He tore his Achilles too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they can bring him back, because they got everything around them, and I like how the two young ladies done took over for Dad, and
Yeah.
they go out and they trying to make
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Red Zone says Texans. Texans
Yeah.
is definitely
Oh,
they
man.
always in the mix. I don't know what happened to
They
your boy
always in the mix.
CJ. How you feel about CJ Stroud? Ellison, you tell me how you feel about CJ Stroud.
I rather let Papa J go first.
Well, let me say this. I think Denver, since they got Bo Nix back, I think they're going to go further or do just as well. Maybe even the Super Bowl, and also I think who's going to make a good run is Chicago. I think Chicago is going to be one of those teams that last year they were growing fast, and I think it's going to continue. As for CJ Stroud, man, sometimes you go into a slump. It happened to Joe Montana. It happens to the best of us. It might have gotten into his head a little bit, the overhype that he got. And a lot of these rookie quarterbacks that everybody's praising are going to step into the same waters. That happens, that you just stall out. It's up to him to see if he can come back from it. Whether he can or not, man, I wish I could tell you. He's got a great attitude. He's a God believer, and if he holds those thoughts in his head that God's with him, he might jump out of that water and do well. But it's a tough place to be in. It's a tough sport. It's a tough league, and man, I just hope the best for him. And but I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do it or not.
Yeah, me neither.
Hector Trabajo says CJ Stroud is not him. He had a good rookie year, but it's too much tape on him now, and he's become predictable. Along with Crazy Juices, echoing well, he's talking about Chicago might get hit with the Madden curse. Are they on the cover of Madden? Who's on the cover?
Caleb Williams is
the quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, they threw. They threw. That Madden curse, man. That Madden curse is realer than the substation in San Francisco. I'm gonna tell you what, boy. Get on that cover of that Madden. Something going down. Something going down. No, get on that cover. Get on that cover. And this gonna hurt Seattle too. I heard they're gonna be on Hard Knocks this year. So
are they?
Yeah, the Seattle Seahawks on Hard Knocks. A Super Bowl champion. I think the last time that happened was the Ravens way back. It was the first Hard Knocks when they were in camp with the Baltimore Ravens when Shannon Sharp and them was there.
Yeah. Brian Bellick was the That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I thought they had somebody since then. That's the last one.
I don't remember a Super Bowl champ being on there. The defending Super Bowl champ.
Maybe not. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I'll look back at all of them. They do an in-season one.
Yeah.
And I like the in-season better than the well, it just is good. I watch Hard Knocks. Don't even let me lie to you. If I ain't doing nothing else, I'm gathering intel.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew Detroit was coming. Pause. They did that Hard Knocks, and I seen those good coaches that Detroit had, and I seen Campbell do up downs with the team. I said, boy, we're gonna have trouble with them in a couple years. And damn sure we was playing them in the NFC Championship in 2 years.
Yeah. And they could be back. That's another team right there that could be back. Where they were a couple years ago too. I know a lot of people sleep on Detroit, but they have a good culture, solid coaching, a good core players, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Goff. So
and the running back.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah.
He might be probably most solid running back.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. 'Cause I might second you. Go ahead and say it.
He could be
The best running back in football.
pure running back right now.
Man.
He's not better than Christian McCaffrey all around. Christian out of the backfield is killer, and you got some other people there. Derrick Henry's on the decline. Saquon Barkley,
Got the curse.
But Jameer Gibbs is problems, dude.
Yeah, he is. He is, man. I think I think we saw that last year with Bijan Robinson. He came out of his shell, and we started to see the matriculation of what he could be going forward. I think Jameer Gibbs could be that this year, if not more. We didn't talk about AJ Brown. He finally got traded to the Patriots after all the scandals and
AJ Brown
finally
going to the Patriots.
yeah,
That's gonna help them out too,
I agree. Yeah.
But
He's still a good ball player, man. He's a good. I don't know what happened between him and Jalen Hurts. I don't know.
Man, them initials AB. AB or BA on a receiver, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't care how good he is. I don't care if he's Megatron and Randy Moss rolled up into one. If them initials is A and B or B and A, go ahead and send them somewhere else. Send them somewhere else.
You put them together and it spells ABBA, and ABBA they are not.
Yeah, ain't no dancing queens out here.
All right, guys, I got to get ready for a doctor's visit.
J, it was wonderful,
Thank you for
man.
having
Glad
me.
to have you on, my dude. If y'all don't know, that is Papa J, ladies and gentlemen. Papa J has visited the building. That's my man. Check him out all the time. He's on with me and David McNiner, and hopefully you'll do more with me, man. I love
I'll do that anytime, brother.
Yeah,
God bless you all.
You too, man.
Brother.
Yes, sir.
I love some Papa J, man. That's a good dude. He's very solid, very knowledgeable, very even keel, man, and he gets my jokes. We're men of a certain age, so sometimes my stuff go past people, but Papa J, he catch them all.
But yeah, man, it should be interesting. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to hop on and talk about BA. Hopefully everything pan out and both sides can move on, and you get ready for the season. He do whatever he got to do. Even if he doesn't come to DC, which I care less. If he's in DC, then in DC, it doesn't bother me either way. But
do y'all have a place for him right now, Ellison? What do you see, like, if he came? Pause. Do you really feel what's going to be the dynamic? Is Terry McLaurin still going to be the de facto man, number one X receiver?
Right.
BA will be your Z.
Yeah.
And who's going to be your third guy?
I think that's exactly. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay. I think he'll be the de facto 1A. Given he's healthy, which I believe he is. I told you months back, over a year now, I got a friend that does write for the team. I'm not saying that to brag. What I'm saying is he's told me for the past few months he's healthy, and he's been healthy. He hasn't gone into the minutia of what happened between the organization and Brandon AIYUK, but he said he's been healthy, he's been ready to go, he's been training, he's been working out. So, but yeah, if he was in DC, he'll be the number two behind Terry McLaurin. Probably have our young guy Antonio Williams, who we drafted from Clemson, in the slot. Him or Luke McCaffrey will probably be in the slot. I think a lot of targets will go to Chiga Okonkwo, who we signed in free agency from the Titans as a tight end. So it'll be splattered around because we got a new OC, so no one really knows what we're going to do. But I think they want to. I think David Blau, who's our new OC, wants to get the ball to McLaurin a lot. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, do we have a room for another receiver? Yes, even if it's not Brandon AIYUK. I think there's room for someone else in that room for sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
That'd be dope. And who's y'all running back there now?
Bill Crosby Merritt, a rookie from last year. We also signed Rashad White from Tampa, who was in Tampa last year. I could see Rashad White starting, honestly. He's a good player. So I like our core. I like what we've done in free agency. I like the draft for the most part. Just got to put things together. We got new OC, new DC. So it has to come together. Everything's kind of scattered right now, but once it comes together, we'll see what happens. But I do like it on paper, what I'm seeing. But paper doesn't mean you go win 10, 11 games.
Yeah, yeah. It you know what I mean, but you got some solid stuff there, and that's happening. All right,
Yeah.
it's good, man. Let me go
Yeah.
ahead and wrap this on up, and I got stuff I got to do, but I don't want to do none of it.
I made myself cut the grass yesterday. I ain't touching it in about 2 weeks. I was like, man, I don't want, and my neighbor's cutting their grass. I'm just like, man,
Oh yeah, that's what mess you up. When that neighbor
I
do
know.
that, then it make yours look. It's like
Yep.
it's like hanging out with a pretty girl. She making you look real ugly.
Right. Yep.
I
So
gotta
I
go
had to
and
do it.
yeah, I gotta go and I gotta go hang around some ugly girls.
I had to do it. I had to make myself do it in that heat yesterday, but I got it done before it started. Like today, it's supposed to be like close to 100 and humid up here, so I got it done yesterday. So I'm glad.
Well, let me just go ahead out here and lose a little weight, man. And I ain't gonna do nothing but come in and drink the weight back.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta take a break sometime.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink it back in water. All right,
sir.
man. Ellison,
All
it
right,
was
boy.
always a blast. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank y'all all
For
for
sure.
coming into the Terror Dome today. We covered a bevy of topics. Talked about a little hockey. We talked about a little bit of the finals. Led it all. The New York Knicks is on a tear, coming back dramatically in dramatic form from 29 points down to seize a 3-1 lead in the finals, ladies and gentlemen. It hasn't happened before. Papa J and Ellison came in. We kicked it all about B.A. and his goings-ons. More to follow on that. I'm sure he's going to have a little bit of this and that. And remember, everybody, 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, 7th verse. We walk by faith and not by sight. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless.